Good morning, Zompoc. Welcome to our podcast. I'm Beck and that's Mark.
Yes, welcome to our podcast. Where we are recording each episode whilst barricaded inside our own homes, hiding from the zombies outside.
Yep, the zombie apocalypse finally hit Britain about 4 weeks ago. I'm in Manchester, Mark's in London. We're currently stuck in our homes with little power or supplies and using the faintest Wi-Fi signal to record and upload this podcast.
For some strange and unknown reason, despite the loss of power, we both have a very limited internet connection to each other, but our Skype stream has remained active throughout. So we are recording this podcast and uploading when the internet allows, in the hope of connecting to the rest of humanity, or at least documenting life in zombie Britain.
Yeah, I might have to kill my dog because he's probably going to bring the zombies to us. Can you hear him? I've got him tucked away at the far corner of the attic and he's still going at it.
Well, them dogs, they do love barking at a zombie. Mine does too.
Well, a few more have been milling around outside my house. I'll tell you why later, but that's what he's barking at now.
Okay, so the first part that we always do is obviously read out emails and stuff that we get from people. Again, we've been really lucky in that obviously we've had some contact with other people. You haven't heard this yet, Bex. This is someone from Scotland who's been in touch. I haven't listened to it myself. I listened to a little bit, just the beginning, but I thought I'd wait till now. It's an audio clip again. For some reason, people are better at sending audio clips. Seems to be working better for them than sending text mails. But obviously, if you want to send an email, you can. It's wineandgiggles@gmail.com. You can just send us for an email, tell us how you're getting on. There's been a few people been in touch, and I'll tell you about them later. But at the moment, all we've got is this audio clip. So you ready for this, Bex?
Yeah, go for it.
Right, quiet. Shh. They could be outside. Mark, Bex, have you still got your podcast on? You said to phone in. I phoned in. It's Jimmy. I stay in Livingston, up in Scotland. And I'm stuck in the house with my daughter Sheena. Say hi, Sheena.
Hi.
This is Sheena. And it's just the two of us, and it's chaos out there. The zombies are killing everyone. We've got the door. And it's locked and we're not letting them in at all. It's really scary outside. There's next to no food. We will need to go out and get some food at some point. I'm so hungry. I've not eaten in days, but I'm too scared to go out. And Sheena won't leave without me. So it's not gonna happen. Really scared on that. Don't answer that. Don't answer the door. Don't answer it. Don't answer. What are you doing? Don't let them in. What are you doing? Let them in. What? Why, aye, man. Got Sheena. Get away. He's got Sheena. Don't help me. Why? This is Tony. Tony, who are you talking to? Why? Andy? They're speaking on the phone to someone, Andy. Why? Tony, come off this. Is that Mark and Bex talking to? I'm Andy. And I've just gotten Jimmy and Sheena. And I'm coming for you next.
Oh, that sounded quite ominous.
Yeah.
Is that a threat? Is that like a real life threat?
I'm not 100% sure what just happened.
So hang on. So we've had an audio clip from somebody in Scotland that contained them getting eaten, and then us getting kind of a bit of beef from some zombies. Is that what's happened? Are we getting called out by some zombies?
How many people were there?
I'm not too sure.
There was definitely a guy called Jimmy, who had a very sweet young girl with him by all accounts.
Yeah, I hope she's okay.
And, I hope she's okay too. We didn't hear anything from her. Then there was
Andy,
a Geordie chap. Oh, there was a guy called Andy.
and Tony.
Yeah. And Tony, yeah. So
Are Andy and Tony zombies, or are they just some random mercenary type men?
I don't. And they seemed to know who we were, which was really weird.
Yeah, that's a bit disconcerting.
Or is Jimmy just a nutter?
Maybe Jimmy. He's from Scotland.
Well, I don't think you can call the whole country nutters bad. Oh dear. It's a little bit racist.
Okay, we can cut that bit out.
That's fine. We'll leave that bit in.
Cut
That'll
the
be
Scottish
good.
and nutters bit out. I mean it with love. I say it with love.
Yeah, no, we mean that in a nice way. Scottish people are nutters, but we love
In a good
them to
way.
bits. In a good way, in the best way possible. I'm not 100% sure what happened there. I think we may have to have another listen to work out what happened. Jimmy, and what was the young girl's name again? Do you remember? Sheena, was it Sheena?
Sheena, yeah, Sheena.
Get in touch if you're still alive. Obviously, if you're not, if you've been eaten, then you can't get in touch. Andy and Tony, whoever you are, get back in touch. Send us another message. Let us know what's going on. We're a bit confused. We don't know.
Yeah,
what's
we are
going
slightly
on.
confused. I mean, if you want to meet up and have a ruckus, then you best tell us the time and a place, really.
Oh, well, I'm not going to Scotland. They're going to have to get...
No, they'll have to come here, but I suppose they'll
They'll
get
have
to
to
me
come down.
first rather than you.
Yeah, they can come by... Well, if you head them off before they get to me, I'll be fine.
I'll sort them out, mate. I'll sort them out.
You sort them out. Okay, right. Well, that's all the messages that we've had for this week. Next week, obviously, we hope to hear from... I know Bubba's going to be in touch again next week in Texas. Bubba's going to be sending another message. And obviously, if anybody else wants to send a message, obviously, you can get in touch with us as well. That would be really cool.
Yep. whineandgiggles@gmail.com.
whineandgiggles@gmail.com.
So, how's your week gone then, Mark? Have you plucked up the courage to go out yet?
Well, there is a story, as you could well imagine. I do have a story from this week. Obviously, we're 4 weeks into the zombie apocalypse. Things are starting to run out. I'm losing stuff at a rate of knots. Fortunately, we're surviving on the barest minimum. Me and the family, we're coping. We're troopers. We're true Brits.
How's your jelly tot situation?
The jelly tots are they're lingering. It's amazing what you could do with sugar. We could really do with some toothpaste. The cavities are building up, I can tell you that, due to jelly tots and sugary drinks. Okay, so this week, right, what I did is I prepared... Well, last week, I prepared a lot, didn't I? I planned.
Yes.
This week, I actually went through with a plan. So I gathered all the stuff that was required. I made like a tool belt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the most practical of people, so I made like a tool belt, and it had like a little hammer sitting in the side of it, and a kitchen knife in the other side. Yeah, it looked kind of cool. I thought it looked kind of cool. I could access them kind of easily. So I then I thought, oh well, I look cool. I've got a hammer and a pointy knife, but obviously, if the zombies get a bit close, I'm at arm's length. I don't really want that. So I got the broom, the garden broom, and I took the head off and I sharpened it up. So I made like a big pointy stick, like a spear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've now got a belt with a hammer and a knife and a spear, and I'm going over to. I told you last week. I'm going over to my neighbour at the back of me. I'll go over the back wall, and at the back of me, there's a bungalow where old people used to live.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're still there. At this point, I didn't know if they were still there or not. So that's where old people used to live. So I'm going to jump over the wall and I'm going to go look at it. But before I left, I didn't want to take any chances. So I thought I'd get, all my gear, get all my stuff ready. So I found, I used to have a motorbike years ago. So I had a biker trousers. I had biker jacket, biker trousers, but I couldn't find a jacket. So I found like leather trousers. Mm-hmm. So I put on leather trousers and I put on big biker boots because I had the boots and the trousers, but I couldn't find the jacket or the helmet. So my son, when he goes cycling, he uses an Angry Birds helmet.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought I'd use the Angry Birds helmet.
See, now you were sounding quite sexy right up until Angry Birds helmet.
Yeah, no, I had an Angry Birds helmet. It was a red one. It looked pretty good. And then I had a denim jacket because that's all I could find. So I had that was the most robust jacket I could find. I had a denim jacket and my Angry Birds helmet. And then I got my daughter who had roller skates. She still has roller skates. She's got elbow pads and knee pads. Mm-hmm. So I put those on, and they're yellow. So I had yellow knee pads, yellow elbow pads, Angry Birds helmet, denim jacket, black leather trousers, right?
I bet you look like you're a bit on day release.
I thought I looked pretty cool. The kids and Sue were sniggering. But
I'm not surprised.
Let's be honest, they weren't going over the fence. I was going
sniggering
over the
at
fence.
the mental image.
But they were laughing, and I didn't find it funny. I'm going over the fence, so I'm dressed up. I hop over the back wall. like a ninja, like a creepy little weird, Angry Birds helmet wearing ninja, and I slunk towards the bungalow.
Slunked. Good word.
I
Good use of the word
slunked.
slunked.
I'm sure it's a real word.
Yes.
I slunk through the bushes into the back of the bungalow. And in the back of the bungalow, there's a back window. So I've been looking because I can see it from upstairs. So I've been looking at the back window, and the window was open. Just a little bit, but it was open. I knew it was open enough because it was hot, wasn't it, when it all started? So the window was open a crack. So I opened the window and I got in. And in the back of the house is a kitchen. It runs along the whole back of the house. And I sort of stand in the kitchen. It's quiet. Can't hear a noise. So I smell. It doesn't smell bad. Zombies smell bad. I don't know, do the zombies around you always smell bad?
Oh God, yeah. They're like worse than the sewage plant in Trafford Park. It's just revolting.
So yeah, they smell bad here too. So so I'm standing there and it doesn't smell zombie bad. It just smells like normal stale kitchen bad.
Yeah, like musty, rotting food.
Exactly. Yeah, not nice, but not dead, not corpse. So I check all the rooms. And I can't see anything. There's only downstairs. There's no upstairs. So I start checking the rooms. Have a quick look around. There's nothing in there. So I've got a backpack. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I have my backpack. This was my wife's backpack. It was a floral design. It's the only backpack I could find. It was like I can't remember the designer. Kath Kitson. Yeah. Kath Kitson does like a floral design.
Can I just say, you're describing yourself in such explicit detail. Your panties are dropping at the floral backpack.
I can only imagine that. Obviously, if there was anybody alive in that bungalow, then I would have been an instant attraction.
You'd have been in trouble. You'd have been dragged into the bedroom.
I can only imagine. So I had my backpack and I started to fill it up with, I found some toilet rolls in the little toilet. I found some tins. Obviously, it's old people. They had tins of everything.
Yeah, we were saying last week, old people have tins of just everything.
Tins of everything. And the back of the cupboard.
It's funny, Christmas cake.
No Christmas cake. I found dog food. It's funny because they didn't have a dog, but I found dog food. So I just filled it all up. It was great. So I'm doing this and I'm happy because I found stuff. And then I turn around and I'm in the kitchen. I'm under the sink and I'm looking for like cleaning stuff, and I found some tins under there, which was weird, the dog food. And I stand up and I turn around, and there standing is a zombie, is a decaying, shambling old lady. Her jaw is hanging off, slightly askew. It's just sort of flapping around. And she's moving towards me, let's be honest, a comical pace. She's very, very slow. But I'm cacking myself, obviously. I haven't had to physically,
You've not delved in any yet, have you?
I haven't had to manhandle a lady zombie yet, or any zombie. So, obviously, I've got my tools. I've got my pointy stick. My pointy stick's on the floor. I pick up my pointy stick. So I have no idea where this woman's come from. I've checked all the rooms. There's no upstairs. So I get my long stick, and I basically walk towards her slowly. She walks towards me slowly, and she keeps walking. I keep walking. Eventually, squelch. She walks onto the stick. Squelch. The stick impales her through the middle. Squelch. Like that, right? So, and I push her backwards, and she keeps going backwards and backwards down the corridor, out the kitchen, down the corridor, into the front door. And basically, I poke as hard as I can until she's impaled on the front door. Mm-hmm. And now I've got an old lady zombie on the end of my stick, jammed into the front door.
You've got what impaled on your stick?
I've got an old lady zombie impaled on my stick, jammed into the front door, and she's alive. She's, I haven't killed her. It's so I have to do something. So
carry on, zombie.
I know. I've got my hammer, so I take my hammer, but obviously my arms are not quite long enough to reach around the stick to get her head. So I'm sort of swinging at her and just sort of getting glancing blows, and then sort of her jaw falls off, and then her nose goes sideways. Cheek sort of lifts up, and eventually I knock enough head off with various blows. It's pretty awesome, it's pretty horrible, gruesome stuff. It's a bit of skull here, a bit of skull there, a bit of brain there, and eventually, about 25 long, hard minutes of whacking away from arm's length, eventually enough of her head has disappeared, and she's dead. However, I turn around, and all my noise, grunting, physical exertion has drawn some spectators from around the local area.
Ah.
I turn around and in through the kitchen window and the kitchen door, which evidently was unlocked. The kitchen is filling up, and the back garden is filling up with zombies. And there's quite a few. There's no upstairs. There's no way for me to get out of the front door.
Well, no, you've got a zombie impaled on the front door.
I have, and I can't get out. So I start pulling up the spear. I have to jam the spear out. I have to pull the spear out of the lady. She falls to the floor. I have to try and open the front door, which has got one of them stupid little fucking chain things that go, you have to take your time and do like a fucking quiz to open the front door. And then I managed to open the front door by kicking the body out of the way. And I get outside. Mm-hmm. I shut the front door behind me.
Well, I hope so.
But now, obviously, my house is now considerably further away because I can't go over the back fence. So I have to go all the way around.
Yeah.
So I get out of there. They've got a lovely little garden, and I walk down their little path and open their little gate. But there's fucking zombies everywhere at this point. They're all a bit excited. They can hear what's going on, and they're sort of shambling around genuinely towards me. Not they're not running towards me, but generally coming towards me. I can't get back to the house the way I came because the garden's now full, and I can't really go that much further forward because the road, there's too many. I could run, but I'm going to run into them eventually. So opposite the house is a small car. It's a Peugeot. So I run over to the car, I try all the doors. Fortunately, one of the doors is open. I jump in the car, shut all the doors, check the back seat because I've seen that fucking film. Check the back seat. There's nothing in there, but it does smell a lot like fox shit. So
Fox shit.
Yeah, fox shit. It smells horrible. So the car smells like fox shit, which is nasty. But everything other than that is okay. But now I'm stuck in the car.
What did you do?
Well, I hid. I did what I do best, and that's I hid.
Did they not see you get in the car?
Pardon?
Did they not see you get in the car?
Yeah, no, they saw me get in the car, but they're not the quickest. So they sort of, they shambled around and they sort of bumped into the car. I lay on the floor of the car in the back, so they couldn't see me, and I just waited. And I waited, and I waited there all night, basically. So I started out sort of, whatever it was, afternoon time. It was early evening, probably, about 4 or 5 o'clock by the time I left the bungalow. So I waited there pretty much for the rest of the night. And eventually, overnight, they sort of filtered out. I didn't really peek that much, but I could hear less and less noises. And then when the sun came out in the morning, I sort of peeked my head up, and they was all nicely spread out again. They was there, but they was all spread out. So
You could just weave.
yeah, so what I did was I quickly, I still had my backpack on, so I quickly put my backpack back on, left the car and ran to the nearest garden that was sort of near to my house, ran to the nearest garden, jumped over their fence, and then jumped over a couple of other fences until I could get back to my garden. And that is without doubt the most exciting thing that's happened to me in 4 weeks of the zombie apocalypse. And I've killed my first zombie now, so I'm no longer a zombie killing virgin. Yeah, I'm not a zombie virgin anymore. I broke my duck, and it's onwards and upwards for me. But I don't fancy going out again.
Not ever.
Not ever. I know eventually I will have to go out again.
Well, your tin prunes will probably only last so long.
My tin of prunes will only last so long. So how has things been with you, Bex? How has your week been?
Well, so last week I went out for supplies, didn't I? So
Yep.
I managed to get probably a good few weeks worth of tins and things in my bag. So I've not had to go out this week. But, I mean, my story is considerably shorter, really.
Well, that's good, because mine was quite long.
Yeah, well, it's not as much has really happened. But I thought my next door neighbours, pre-Zompoc, used to argue constantly. And I mean, the noise coming, I could hear every word coming through the wall. It was that loud. It's always kind of centred on he used to smoke too much weed and he was paranoid that she was out playing away and stuff
That's
like that.
the weed for you, isn't it?
Yeah. But then she used to smoke equal amounts of weed and was probably accusing him of the same thing. But she was a lot quieter, so I couldn't really hear her side of the conversation.
Right.
But for the past 4 weeks, I've not heard them, so I presume they were dead, to be honest, because it's unusual to not hear them for 4 weeks. I hardly ever not hear them for 4 minutes, so...
Yeah. So you assumed there was zombies?
I assumed there were zombies or dead or they'd been away or something.
Dead or not dead. Yeah.
As I was saying last week, there's not really many zombies outside my house. There's been a couple milling around, but I think they're mainly down the hill.
Yeah.
So about 3 days ago, I heard this almighty bang on the wall that neighbours my house and next door's house. And I'm like, it was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it must have been. I was like, what the heck is that? And then they started arguing. And I was like, they've kept quiet for 4 weeks.
Right.
And now they suddenly restart their lovers' tiff. After 4 goddamn weeks. I've had a relatively quiet time. I'm not drawing attention to myself or my family. And now these fuckers are starting to argue again.
Are they arguing about the same things they were before? Or are they arguing
I don't know why, because I've not seen them go out. So he thinks, all sense on, he thinks she was climbing out the attic.
Yeah.
At night.
Oh, she was sneaking out.
Whether she was trysting away with the zombies, I don't know what he thought, to be honest. But he thought she was sneaking out at night.
Yeah.
The fucking zombie apocalypse, for God's sake. Who's going to be sneaking out at night?
Well, who knows?
Obviously, he's got a good stash of weed, because he's obviously still paranoid as fuck over there.
Yeah. Maybe they had a little farm going on.
Well, yeah, I think that's true, to be honest. Just a little farm, just a little personal use farm. But of course, my relatively quiet street that's only had a couple of zombies milling around soon became quite full of zombies. Yeah. I say quite full. I'm going to say a good 150 zombies came storming up the road.
Wow.
And by storming, slowly shambling.
Yeah.
We've established they're slow shufflers. It takes them a good hour or so to get themselves up the hill.
Hmm.
But that was it really. They found out where the noise was coming from. And they smashed windows, they smashed the door down. Obviously, the press of the zombies has just obliterated the front window, and they've got in. I heard my neighbours screaming, and I've not heard anything since.
So there was no happy ending to that story.
There's no happy. Well, there is a happy ending actually, because for the first time in 8 years, I finally got some fucking peace and quiet.
Oh, it's amazing! I'm so happy.
Silver linings and all that.
Silver linings. I mean, that's the thing about the zombie apocalypse. You've got to find the silver linings where you can find them.
That's it, and that is my silver lining.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's brilliant. Well, I think we're all caught up from this week, Bex. So let's move on to the next bit. Hello? Who's that?
Hello, is there someone there?
Bex?
Hello?
Bex, can you hear someone?
Yeah, it's not just me then, it's not just my end.
No, it's not actually showing. Is it someone there with you, Bex?
No, it's no one.
No, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Who are you?
Who's this? Oh my God, who's randomly joined us?
I'm Rob.
You're Rob.
Rob.
Hi, Rob or Rub?
Rob.
It sounds like Rob.
Rob.
Like Rub-a-dub-dub?
You can call me Rob.
I can call you Rob.
Rob.
Who are you, Rob? Why are you here? What are you doing here?
I'm so confused.
Listening.
You what? Sorry?
I've been listening to the I've just been listening to you guys over the past few weeks.
You've been listening. How have you? What? You're one of our listeners on the podcast.
Yeah, well, I'm working for Virgin Media, and I've kind of playing about with the broadband and the internet.
What? So hang on. So you work for Virgin Media? I know I'm just repeating what you said. This is just me putting out the obvious, right? So you work for Virgin Media, and you've been listening in to what we've been doing over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, are you keeping the internet going?
Trying to, on and off. Been moving around.
So what do you do at Virgin Media?
I was installing the boxes generally.
Oh, that's technical. You were installing the boxes.
No. And then we was before everything happened. I was at one of the head offices, and I'm basically trapped there now. So I've got a van parked in the basement.
Yeah. Between
that and the lower part of the building, I've been just trying to get internet going, keeping it working.
Right. So what? So where? I'm confused. Sorry, you have to excuse my dumbfoundedness because obviously
I've been rendered speechless, so it's fine.
Well, Bex, you're more than welcome to ask Rob whatever question you feel is necessary.
I haven't got any questions. Like I said, I've just been rendered speechless.
I'm a little bit confused. How many people are at head office? How many people are there where you are?
Well, I'm in the basement, and I've not made it up to the reception level yet. There's noises, and I've been down here for the past 3 weeks.
So you haven't actually been upstairs?
No.
So
you've not encountered any zombies?
I can hear them. I'll get close up, but I've not ventured out further than that yet.
I'm laughing because it might be okay up there. You don't know.
It doesn't sound okay.
It doesn't sound okay. Oh, I like you, Rob. You're funny. So
Rob's amazing.
Why are you keeping our internet on? Why us? Are you keeping anybody else's internet on? This is just a list of questions, by the way. How did you hack into this call?
Just through chance. When it all happened, prepped. So I was trying to put feelers out there, and I just come across your guys' podcast.
Right.
And it was really interesting, and not had much success. I can just get onto that, and that's all I've really been able to get onto at the moment.
Right. Okay. So
are you on your own in the basement?
Yeah.
So you need to have something to keep you occupied, then, I suppose.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty lonely.
Have you got food? Have you got water?
Yep, got you back. Sorry. Yeah. Vending machines. Pretty much been living off of those for the past 3 weeks.
Have you run out of change yet, Rob?
No. I've obviously smashed them. I'm not changing because
you're not going to buy like a £1.10 Mars bar, Mark. Come on, with the zombie apocalypse, you're just going to smash that shit open and eat it.
He sounded like an honest guy. I didn't think he'd.
Well, yeah, kind of, but it's I ain't wasting my money on that. There's no one around, so just smash the shit out of them and.
Rob,
yeah.
Can I ask you a personal question, Rob?
Yeah.
Have you got family at home that you should be, making your way to? Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. I've got a wife. And a little boy.
Yeah.
So.
Why have you not gone there, mate? Why are you not there?
Pretty fucked up outside, really, to be honest, and it's not chanced it yet.
Okay.
I'm sure she's okay. She can look after herself.
Yeah.
She's pretty much looked after most of the blokes down the road, so she's probably fine.
What?
We're having a bit of a few problems the past few months, so.
Right.
So you're not like swingers or anything?
No. Well, she swings with other people, but it's.
She's more of a solo swinger, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, more into the solo swinging.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. But so I'm just. It's pretty messed up outside. I'm happy here at the moment. I'm working a game plan.
Bex, I'm going to ask you a question. Excuse me a moment, Rob. I'm pretty sure this guy likes being on his own.
Yeah, well, if your wife's playing away and these are constantly pecking your head off, zombie apocalypse is a bit like a break.
I think he's enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a break. He's having a little break.
He's having a rest.
A bit of downtime.
A bit of downtime.
Downtime. We all need a bit of downtime every now and again.
Yeah.
So, Rob,
yes.
How long do you think you can keep our? How long do you think you can keep our internet on? What was that noise? Sorry.
Sorry?
Did you make a noise?
No. Just
What?
What? It's been a long 3 weeks.
It's been a long 3 weeks. Yeah.
Long 3 weeks.
Mark, I think Rob's losing it.
I think he's fucking lost it a long time ago, Bets. Rob,
Yep.
how long do you think you can keep our internet on? Because our listeners, and we do have listeners all over the world, really want to enjoy our podcast. And I'm worried that, we'll get cut off or something. How long can you keep us on?
At the moment, pretty much indefinitely. Power's pretty good here. We've got our own generators that work in the building to keep, obviously, not situations like this exactly, but for other situations, we're looking at least 6 months probably.
6 months?
I'm not sure what's happening outside, so, with the rest of the power going on, but at the moment, power levels are good.
Yeah.
Everything's in this level, so, I'm just trying my best. I shut it down every now and then, but try and keep as much going as I can.
Oh, thank you, Rob. We appreciate it, don't we, Bex?
We do. So, Rob,
Yes.
I'm hoping that maybe your wife is listening to this. If you had a message to pass on to her via the podcast, what would you say?
I don't think I really want to speak to her at the moment, to be honest.
Okay. That's fair enough. I mean, it's only been 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'm sure she's okay.
Yeah, I think at this point, Rob, it's if she wanted you, she'd know where you are. Yeah.
She knows now. She might come banging on Virgin Media's basement now, try and drag you home.
I don't think it's likely.
She's pretty good at banging.
She sounds it.
Rob.
Yes.
How old is your boy? How old is your son?
6.
6.
6. Yes.
6. And what's his name?
Dave.
You named your child Dave?
Yes.
Is that short for David?
No, just Dave.
Just Dave. Yeah.
Just Dave. Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah.
Was he named after someone?
No, not really.
No, just Dave.
You just like the name.
Just Dave. It's got a certain ring to it.
Dave.
No, that's my son.
Oh, sorry,
Rob.
Sorry, Rob. Rob. Before...
There with you then. I thought you might have been lucky.
What?
I thought when you're speaking to Dave, I thought he was there with you.
No.
Not.
If I bump into him, I will let him know that you called.
Sorry, hopes are up a little bit there. I'm worried, quite concerned about him.
I mean, there is a case to be made for you abandoning your wife and child, but we're not going to make it right now.
Yeah.
No judgment.
No judgment from our part. You got to do what you got to do.
Okay. True.
All right. What did you do? I mean, I know you work for Virgin Media, but what did you do in your downtime previous to the zombie apocalypse?
I was quite into sports. Quite enjoyed badminton.
Badminton, yeah.
I was fairly good at that. Had a small team.
Yeah.
Generally,
Rob.
quite enjoyed playing. Yes, sorry.
When you played badminton, was you good at badminton?
Yeah, it was quite a good level. Yeah.
Yeah.
We won some regional teams.
And what was your team? What was your team name?
The Cocks.
Right.
Because badminton is the sort of the shuttlecock.
Using shuttlecocks, yeah.
You didn't have any kind of like charity tombolas or anything, did you?
No, just rackets and shuttlecocks and a net. So really, that's pretty much all you need to play badminton.
So there was no medium-sized mazes or.
No, just the usual stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Rob blinked.
How many times did he blink?
I'm not counting. Rob. Sorry, I'll say your full name. I really appreciate that you getting in touch. Are you? I mean, because obviously you joined us in this conversation. Did you join this conversation for a reason, or?
Yeah, I just was really wanting to speak to somebody because it's been really quiet.
Yeah, I must admit this is a little bit creepy.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Yeah,
I feel a bit violated.
A little bit, yeah.
it's been very, very quiet. So, but I've got a plan. I'm actually going to sort of try and work my way out. I think see what I can find.
Yeah.
Definitely, I know we clear down this part of the building. We're okay. So,
when you say we, who do you mean by we?
Just me.
Right.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Is the other voice fine?
I'm going to put a game plan together. Been working on it slightly. So I'm going to try and get up to the reception area and see what the go is. See what it's like outside. Obviously, quite central London, so I'm imagining it's going to be pretty
busy,
pretty crazy out there.
Yeah, it's going to be busy out there, mate.
There's no quiet way of getting around anywhere, so I've got to try and sort of formulate some sort of a game plan. I think can't stay here forever.
No, Rob, can you stay in touch with us? Can you come back and interrupt us again?
Yes,
don't get eaten because then our internet won't work.
Yeah.
No. You're funny. No, we should be good. So definitely. I'd love to come back on.
Well, whenever you want, obviously, because we don't really get a choice. So
I'm working really hard trying to keep all this going. Cause, you know, it's important to reach out to everybody and make sure you guys, you're doing a good job, catching up with everybody there. So, want to keep all that alive if we can. So I'll be doing as best I can. But in my spare time, when I've got a few hours here and there, I'm going to work on my game plan.
Okay.
Get out of the building.
Yeah.
See what's going on. See if there's anyone else around. Obviously, would be nice. It's getting quite lonely.
Yeah.
And then hopefully catching up with you guys, and you're doing a good show.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you very much, Rob. I can't disconnect the call. You have to disconnect yourself. So, bye.
No problem. Okay.
Bye.
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 So every week we say, hey, on a positive note, no more this or no more that.
So each week, we'll be doing a top 5 of things we do or don't miss from before the zombie apocalypse.
So this week is the top 5 things we don't or won't miss.
At number 5, we have drivers who don't indicate on roundabouts, or just all fucking idiot drivers.
Or like the elderly who can't even get in the car.
I'm glad you finished it off, rather than just the elderly.
just the elderly in general. No, they're driving. They can't even steer above the steering wheel. It's like, so at number 4 we have Instagramming food, or just the whole Instagram and people who think they're Insta famous. It's just fuck off. Just fuck off with it.
They certainly should just fuck off. And then at number 3 we are going with politicians. No further explanation required. Just all of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Number 2, reality TV shows, and everyone that's ever been on one, any reality TV show, because they're all just shit.
Yes, agreed. A worthy number 2. But our number 1, in our number 1 spot this week, is PPI calls. Thank fuck we will never get another one of those bastards.
And that's the top 5 for this week. So, Mark, have you recovered from your concussion yet, or do you still think zombies are chatting shit outside?
Honestly, seriously, one of them, at least one of them, really does sound like he's trying to say words. I'm sure I heard him call someone a bitch the other day. I swear.
Okay. All right, mate. Well, if the world hadn't have gone to shit, then I think the men in white coats would be pulling up outside your house any minute now.
Honestly, just listen. Trust me.
Hello, it's Bob's wife, Betty, yeah? Bob couldn't make it, because he's had a bit of an accident in the car park. Way hangs out with his layer booth good for fuck all mates. Fucking waste of space, a lot of the fuckers. They were useless sponging cunts when they were alive, and they're just the fucking same now. Anyway, Bob, well, it wasn't really an accident he had. He said he had hit someone a bit dodgy by mistake, and it's left him crying on the bog like a little bitch. Fucking big hard zombie, my arse. Crying like a little mourning girl about flu. Yeah, Betty Pet, will you get us a bucket of puke in me, man? I'm proper fucked, yeah, like. I've caught some deed bad zombie flu that only us zombie blokes can get. You wouldn't understand 'cause you're a bird and that, like, pet. The fucking little fairy. Aye, so he told us he comes round here to talk shit to ye and think about the best way to get in there and eat ye. So I thought I'd come round and have a look for myself, like. If no else, it'll get us out the house, away from that morning-faced prick. Now that I'm here, I didn't know why Bob bothers, to be honest. Yous didn't look out special to me, just an average couple of living fuckers. There's plenty of them about that are much easier pickings. Just on me way here, I ate some daft old bitch that was hiding in a shed. A fucking shed. Daft old bat. Mind, she was a bit old. I prefer younger meat, me. It's not as tough. Been a while since I had a decent bit of bait, like. That useless cunt Bob was meant to find some last week, but he found nought. Fucking useless. He is. It's not that I didn't have other options either, you know. All the zombie blokes are always giving us the eye. If he keeps treating us like shite, I'm gonna fuck off and leave the cunt. Aye, so I'm fucking gone. I'll go back and check if Bob's still dead. The fat, useless bastard. Hey, oh, I've just thought, like, have you got any kids in there with you? Nah, Bob would have said if you did.
See, it really does sound like words.
Okay.
So, another week, another podcast over. Can you believe it's been 4 weeks since the zombie apocalypse struck?
Really? It seems longer. You try spending this long in an attic with a 2-year-old. And
I know.
a 34-year-old who acts like a 2-year-old.
Well, you could do one or the other, but both. I think we're getting through it. It's becoming sort of normal now. I mean, I'm starting to enjoy it. I don't know about you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's quite nice not having to deal with all the shit of the modern world anymore. But hopefully this, we can rebuild humanity. And this is like the first step to rebuilding a nice, a nice future for everyone. We've just got to get rid of all the smelly zombies outside first.
Yeah, yep. As soon as we do that, we can move on. So until next week, stay safe.
And kick ass.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Good Morning Zompoc. Your hosts were Mark and Bex. Neither Mark or Bex have any previous experience in acting or improvisation. If you enjoyed listening, please leave us a positive review on iTunes. Special guests this week were Matt Hay, Rubber Rob, and Tony Job. All of the events discussed in this podcast are fictional. No person, character or event is based on any real-life experience. Any similarities to characters or events to any real or fictional character or events is pure coincidence.